Hey guys, it's your pal Victor here. We're at the Cine Capri in Tempe and we're about to watch Scream 2022. Find out what I thought about it right now. Hey guys, it's your pal Victor here from Cult Classics, and we just got out of Scream 2022. And here's my thoughts fresh out of the theater. So I wasn't really following the production or trailers on this movie. I knew I was interested in checking it out. And I didn't even know it was directed by Radio Silence, the team that did Ready or Not, which was one of my favorite films of 2019. And if you enjoy the overall flavor and aesthetic of Ready or Not, the sort of like dark humor meets gore approach, then I think you're really gonna like Scream, because despite it being a Scream movie, there's some excellent like gory kills in this movie that it really doesn't shy away from. I think the performances throughout, especially from some of the new cast members, especially her right next to Sydney where my thumb is, are really good. She's the main lead here. The storyline, I think, is really compelling, but I'm not really going to spoil that. What I am going to say is there's a lot of these movies now, like The Matrix, Resurrections, that play with the idea of meta commentary of the film, of making a film itself. And I think Scream was one of the original granddaddies of that, talking about like the tropes of a horror movie. Things you can find out now easily by checking out Wikipedia. But what I think that this film does very expertly is it talks about the meta commentary of a long-running franchise and how you approach continuing it. So there's a lot of thought about requels, reboot, prequels. You know, when you get so deep into four or five sequels that like you start trying to reinvent the wheel, and what does that mean, and the fandom, and what are they owed as fans of a movie, their ownership in this. Those themes are tackled in this film in a really unique way, and you actually get really invested if you're a horror fan. There are so many name drops of things that like hardcore horror fans would probably know, like Dreadit, the horror Reddit, the horror subreddit on Reddit. But overall, I think what hooks you really in is it plays with the ideas established in the Scream mythos about the close-knit fan groups, love interests, legacy characters. What does that all mean? And shockingly, I think it works. I think it helps that it also includes a lot of really good actors in here who really embrace the material. And then there's just the nods to the original. You know, they use the original voice of Ghostface from throughout the films. It's really done well, and it has some fun faces from new horror, like Jenna Ortega from the last Babysitter film on Netflix, Jasmine Savoy from The Sound of Violence. So if you like indie horror, if you like Radio Silence, and if you love horror franchises like Scream, especially if you're a Scream fan, or just like the idea of commenting on horror, being a horror fan, I think you'll really like the new Scream. It's a good movie. Was not expecting it to be as good as it was, and it's super fun. I will probably watch it again. So those are my thoughts on Scream right out of the theater. So check you out soon on Cult Classics.